heading back to County Durham, and just outside Darlington is where Martel was impressed with the two-bed mid-terrace that had a guide price of $50,000.
It all feels quite solid, which is lovely.
Apart from some signs of damp, there were no other major issues, and it was spacious. There was a lot to like.
I love the ceiling heights. You just got loads of room here.
And someone who liked its potential was Paul, a property developer who paid £47,500 for it. But his love for his new purchase was a slow burner.
The first impression, I didn't like it. Decorator's going to have a hard job with this room in particular. But when I looked at the numbers, it did work.
Paul was hoping that his maths would add up, as he'd given himself a budget of $15,000 and was hoping to modernise throughout for the rental market in 4 to 5 months. Well, just over 5 months on, and we're back.
We've obviously refreshed it. The painters, the cleaners have done an amazing job, and you wouldn't recognise it now.
The house feels like new, but the layout has stayed the same. So the dining room still leads into the kitchen, which has been replaced with new white gloss units, a laminate worktop, and he's added metro tiles and grey herringbone flooring. Moving upstairs, and the large bathroom has been given a revamp too.
Put an extra shower cubicle in, larger than what we usually use, and that's given tenants the option of having a bath, a shower, and a lot of space to enjoy it in.
The two good-sized bedrooms up here have been updated too, and now feel a lot more inviting. Paul tends to keep a hold of his properties to rent them out, and this one is no different, although the renovation hasn't been easy.
There was rising damp, there was leaks from the roof. Even as far as when we were just about to finish the project, leaks kept appearing. But it's all sorted now. One of the major issues we had was the yard was filling with water, and we didn't know why. One of the trades, fortunately, found the soil pipe leaking, causing repeated damp problems in the kitchen, and also causing a sort of unwanted presence in the yard.
I think it's best we don't get bogged down with the details and move on, because despite the unexpected challenges, Paul has been able to achieve what he set out to do: create a clean, comfortable and modern rental property.
So when we buy properties to let, we consider the EPC rating of the property to ensure that it's as energy efficient as possible, to reduce bills for the tenants, and also to lower the carbon footprint of the property. In this property, it already had UPVC windows, it had central heating with a fairly efficient boiler. We did check the attic and we found that it had sufficient insulation. The only thing we have done is put in LED light bulbs. So we've done what we can, but the house was in a good standing already for energy efficiency.
As you'd expect, Paul had the boiler and electrics checked by a qualified plumber and electrician. But who carried out the rest of the work here?
So the work was carried out by a regular team of tradesmen that we use. We did have a few new ones, and someone actually kicked over a tin of paint on the new carpet. We haven't quite found out who it was yet.
Well, Paul has been hunting high and low for clues to crack the case, but for now the trail has gone cold.
But yeah, we'll be doing our investigations to establish exactly what happened.
Well, Paul, it's time to turn the tables on you, as we have our own inquiries to make. You stated that you'd spend no more than £15,000 on the work here, so were you true to your word?
So overall, we've kept to the budget of $15,000. All our partner investors are going to be happy. The project's going to execute as we intended. And yeah, we move on to the next one.
Time to see what a local estate agent makes of the changes and the work carried out. We invited back the agent who saw it on our last visit to get their thoughts and valuations.
So So the last time I came here, all the walls were stained. There was some dampness in the back of the kitchen area where that looks like that's all been repaired now. Generally, the whole property now looks a lot better with new carpets and floor coverings throughout, and it's had an upgraded kitchen and bathroom.
Paul's intention has always been to rent, but he has invested a total of £62,500. So has that been a good investment? And what could it now be worth on the sales market?
So this property could achieve up to £80,000 on the current sales market.
£80,000 is the number I had in mind, actually, so that works out fine.
That could see Paul with a pre-tax profit of £17,500. But rental is the name of the game here, so what kind of income could this place generate?
So this property would achieve in the region of £550 to £575 per calendar month on the rental market.
We have got it advertised at £595 to sort of test the market at the minute, and we've had lots of inquiries, so we'll see what happens and see what the market tells us.
Taking the agent's top figure would see Paul bag a pre-tax annual income of nearly £7,000, which is a healthy yield of over 11%. So Paul was right all along. The sums on this place do add up. So what comes next for Paul? Does he have any plans to take a break from property?
I've currently got a backlog of projects that are waiting to finish. We've got a couple in the pipeline. I have stepped further into my hobbies recently, music, and I'm going to integrate that more and more, as that was the original plan with property, to do this and have more time to spend with my family and pursue my hobbies.
Well, that's it for today's show. We'll be back next time with more stories of the highs and lows from the auction room.
So make sure you join us here next time for Homes Under the Hammer.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
What happens when smartphones are taken away from kids for a week? Surprising results. Panorama on iPlayer. And from James Bond to Yellowface, lose yourself in a huge choice of audiobooks. Search BBC Sounds now.